A petition filed against the improper disposal of garbage in the Meethotamulla area was taken up for consideration once again at the Colombo Magistrate Court today. The petition was filed by the Public Campaign Against the Kolonnawa Landfill.
The Colombo magistrate obtained evidence from area residents today, while the verdict is to be given on the 9th of this month. The Colombo Municipal Council, the Kolonnawa Urban Council and the Urban Development Authority have been named as respondents in the case. Waste disposal in the Meethotamulla area in Kolonnawa was a topic of much discussion in the recent past due to the environmental and health problems that could arise, as pointed out by area residents. Once again, News First toured the area surrounding the Meethotamulla landfill today to look into the current situation.
Demonstrations were carried out, but to no avail. Garbage is continued to be dumped here. The houses on this side were demolished. The drains are not cleaned up. We cannot bear this stench. Therefore, please clean the drains.
The government and the Colombo Municipal Council have a responsibility. The Kolonnawa Urban Council and the MOH also have a responsibility. The Vallampity police are also vested with a responsibility. But no action has been taken. The dengue epidemic has intensified.
Fines are imposed on us for the slightest things. However, the authorities are not taking any responsibility regarding this landfill.
Area residents charge that with the increase in mosquito density near the landfill, 12 lives have been lost so far due to the dengue virus.
A relative of mine died on the 11th of last month. My 2 children also contracted the dengue virus. When garbage is being transported in lorries to the landfill, excess garbage from the lorry fall into the drainage system. I request that solutions be provided before another life is lost.
This area did not have dengue. However, the virus spread to the area once garbage was dumped here.
The committee appointed to look into the inclement weather that wreaked havoc in the island on the 8th of this month was submitted to President Mahinda Rajapaksa today. The committee, which was appointed by the President, was chaired by former Director General of the Department of Met, Dr. A.W. Mohitala. According to a release issued by the Presidential Media Unit, the committee had recorded statements from institutions and officials in charge of monitoring the inclement weather. The Presidential Media Unit added that the committee had forwarded a number of recommendations on how to mitigate natural disasters that may occur in the future.
A book titled In the Best Interest of My Country was launched in Colombo yesterday with the participation of business leaders, intellectuals and politicians.
In the Best Interest of My Country, authored by Dinesh Veerakkodi, a prominent business leader in the island, was launched in Colombo last evening. A group including Minister of External Affairs Professor G.L. Pires, Governor of the Central Bank Ajit Niwad Cabral and Speaker Chamal Rajapaksa attended the event.
The electronic media, the internet and all the other advanced communications, we are living in a different world. Look at our neighbors, India. There was an era where everything was government. Up to 1977, even in Sri Lanka. It was state. In Russia state, in Poland state, Comecon countries, Vietnam, Yugoslavia. All these countries regenerated after their fragmentation.
Tonight on Words of Wisdom, we bring you the thoughts of one of Britain's greatest leaders, Winston Churchill.
A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. Winston Churchill, former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Welcome back.
General Secretary of the Citizens Front, parliamentarian J. Sri Ranga, met with residents of Lenak Estate in Wattavala today. The parliamentarian was briefed on the issues faced by area residents.
அவருடைய சிந்தனைகள் கட்டாயமாக இன்னைக்கு இருக்கிற மற்ற தலைவர்களுடைய ஆகவே நீங்க பொறுமையா இருந்தீர்கள் என்றால் தான் சார் எனக்கு ஒரு 18 வருஷமாயி தகவல் மாத்தி
நீங்க எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்தா தான் நாங்க மலையகத்தை மாத்தலாம். நான் தனியா நினைச்சு மலையகத்தை மாத்துறது.
We will be able to change the estate sector only if all of us unite. It will not be practical if I attempt to do this alone. I need the help of the youth. You need to think. If you refrain from voting for people who do not work for Noor Elia, then change will happen automatically. You continue to cling on to people who did not renovate roads for 30 years. You vote for them again and again. This is not seen in Anuradhapura or Madhavachiya. There are no trade unions there. People who work receive the votes.
இது வந்து மதவாச்சியில இல்ல. ஏன் அங்க வந்து இந்த யூனியனும் இல்ல ஒன்றும் இல்ல. அவன் வேலை செய்தா ஓட்டு. வேலை செய்தா தான் அங்க ஓட்டு விழும்.
That, of course, was the General Secretary of the Citizens Front, Parliamentarian J. Sri Ranga, addressing residents of the Lenek estate in Vatavala today. Now, journalists questioned Minister Kelly Rambokwala whether attempts are being made to introduce a code of ethics for the media.
During a seminar, you said that the Sri Lanka Rupawahini, the independent television and the Lake House should exist, but yet you are trying to introduce a code of ethics for the media.
It is because it has to be rewritten. If the people do not feel the development that is taking place in this country, if the people are not aware of it, it is a minus point. Do you understand? So I am of the view that it should happen.
However, Minister, you said that there are a number of newspapers and television stations in the country and they target you. You said that you must retaliate.
They slander us, but we do not retaliate.
I do not think character assassination takes place.
There is no point in you saying that. I am saying that character assassination does take place. I can even give you examples. Things are being conjured up on many instances.
What kind of thing?
There are numerous instances which we have pointed out.
There is a view in the country that a code of ethics is being introduced in an attempt to silence the private media, or should I say anti-government media.
Has a law being passed? Was legislation passed? Was it included in the constitution? Have statements to that effect being made? If so, where? This is something that you are conjuring up. One should be passed to be withdrawn.
But there was a plan to bring it.
It has been directed to the Parliamentary Advisory Committee. During the next Select Committee, I will mention the facts brought up.
Minister, recently Minister Lakshman Yapa said that before a code of ethics is brought for the media, a code of ethics should be brought for politicians. What is your view of this?
Now at the Cabinet media briefing today, questions were also raised about the minister's son.
There are two questions there. If you are asking this question from me as the father of the individual whose name you mentioned, I would give a separate answer. If you are asking the question from me as the Minister of Mass Media, then I will provide a separate answer. So which do you prefer? At present, a committee has been appointed to conduct a disciplinary inquiry. As a father, I am of the view that all should agree with the decision taken by the disciplinary committee. There is no doubt about it. I thought I was the famous person, but it seems as though another person has come forward, and that is my son.
Time now for the newspaper cartoon of the day.